Oh, that was funny.
I'm like, all of a sudden there. Like, what was that?
It came
Kind of
up
reminds
in my
me of
throat.
when I had lunch today. All right, dude. Episode 69.
Our favorite number, 69.
Our favorite number, second favorite for me, but definitely top three. But we've got 10 movies on the docket tonight.
We've got a lot.
What are we looking at? You want to start, and I'll fill in the blank?
I have them all written down right here. We got If, Heart of the Hunter, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earth Part 2, Greatest Hits, Something in the Water, Furiosa, Atlas, Strangers Chapter 1, The Blue Angels, and Mother of the Bride.
Dun dun dun. So yeah, that's a big show.
Yeah,
you ready to go?
Movies, man. I'm ready.
Yep. All right. That's Rich. I'm Dave. This is the Face of Radio, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, go. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us as the Faces for Radio podcast presents a very special Thursday edition of By the Numbers, where we take new releases in theater, streaming, or on video. We watch them, we review them, and we let you know what we thought. I'm your host, Dave, and my co-host is
Rich. Man, it's been 2 weeks since we've done
know,
this.
man.
It seems like forever.
I know. I've been gone forever, and I was going to ask you, how did Movie News at 5 go? Did you do it live or did you record it?
No, I didn't. I recorded it and it turned out like shit. So I wasn't feeling the greatest.
I was like, man, I wonder how that went. But yeah, I mean, literally, because you were talking about like maybe doing it live on Thursday, and I'm like, man, if I can rush it and get home, I can join you. But yeah, I
recorded it and it didn't turn out good.
So anyway, yeah, for those of you guys that missed us last week, we apologize. I was on my vacation for my birthday, which was a good time. Yeah. Decompressed. My wife and I enjoyed the coast. Had a great time. Came back.
Did you get in the water?
I did get in the water, not fully, but because it's cold. But I did walk along the beach and get my feet in there and stuff. But yeah, I mean, just my feet. And not for very long either, because it was like 55, 60 degrees the whole time we were there outside. So
water's pretty fucking cold.
Water's really cold. It's like liquid snow. But like, if it was really hot, if it was like, I think the hottest it gets there is like 90. If it was around that point, I usually just jump right in the water. But no, that didn't happen this time because it was foggy. It was cold. It rained one night. I mean, it was still great because I came from here. It was like almost 100 degrees and I went there and it was 60. So I totally took it.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you got to decompress, spend some time with the wife and stuff. It's good mentally for you.
It was awesome. Let's say hello to the chat before it gets too outrageous. Jay, my brother, thank you so much for jumping in there. Yes, cookie for you. I was originally going to be Mr. Caveman, but he piped in yesterday at 11 a.m. Unfortunately, we did not do our show yesterday. There was just too much going on. We were going to get started way too late. And we've got a big show. So we decided to do a Thursday edition. So again, I want to thank you guys for all being here with us tonight. And for those of you that join us on the replay, thank you as well.
We appreciate you guys.
Happy Thursday. Grant,
What's
what
up,
is going
Grant?
on? Hardcore Grant is in the house. Love it. Evan is in the house. What's up, Evan? Looking forward to having you on the show.
Next week, man.
Yep. So everybody is saying, hey, love it. Rob is in the house. What's up, Rob? Good to see you. Yep. Jay got the cookie.
Jay always gets the cookie.
Almost 6 weeks until our Iowa meetup.
It is, man. It's going to be here before we know it. I'm looking forward to finally meeting Jay, Cord, and everybody else, man.
Speedo weather. No.
Yeah, no. No.
I don't. It's never Speedo weather.
Not for my fat ass. Like 2 little sausage or little fucking corn nuts and fucking little smoky.
I was like, it's like a rubber band on an egg. No, I'm good. I don't need a Speedo.
Yeah.
Not happening. But what is happening is our reviews of these 10 movies this week.
Oh, before we do that,
yeah,
I had a big life event.
Oh, dude, you know what?
I did.
For those of you that are unaware, Rich has become a grandfather.
I did. I had my first grandkid.
He had his first grandkid, and his name is Jacob, and he is adorable. Yeah. Check that out.
Love this little guy already.
It's already it's over. She's wrapped around your finger. He's got it. What do you think, Piper?
Wow.
That's right.
I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed.
So blessed. And the speaking of blessed, the gender reveal on my third grandchild comes next week.
Awesome.
I can't wait for the results of that.
Yeah. But Miles, my son.
I don't care. As long as there's 6 fingers and 6 toes, then I know that baby's related to me. But oh God. So yeah, I don't think you want to see me in a Speedo. That yep.
Yeah, no.
Rich might.
No.
Iowa meetup. I want all of you in Speedos. That's what's gonna happen.
That's fine. Thanks, Robert. Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thank you, Jay.
Lots of congratulations. Yeah, congrats, brother. I gotta tell you, the next best thing to actually being a dad is being a grandpa. It's so good. You get all the perks and none of the responsibilities.
Right.
Yeah, just go. I gave him a bunch of candy. Here you go. In fact, I had a late birthday lunch with my 2 sons and my grandson Desmond. So it was just the 4 of us boys. And we got together for tacos and sarcasm. So that was a lot of fun. Had a blast with them. Love my boys.
Is this the grandson that you put to sleep when you talk?
Yes. And it's so funny. As soon as he saw me, he's like, hi, and hugs me and he pats my back. And it's just,
how old is he?
He's 2. He's adorable.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome. So he sat next to me and he ate his lunch and watched his movie and he just like talking to me. And he looks at me and he goes, Appa, because that's my name. I'm Appa because I'm furry and I do transportation. So yes, tacos are awesome.
Yeah, all forms.
All forms of taco. That's my favorite
Even
food.
pink. Me too.
Yep. Especially those. All right. Speaking of pink tacos, let's get to the movies. Because I don't know if that's a good segue or not.
We got a lot of them.
We got a lot of them. We need to really get rolling with these.
Yeah.
So we got 10 movies. We watched them. We reviewed them. We scored them. I take the average score, ranked them from 10 to 1. So which one do you think got the lowest average score?
One movie I thought looked great. The trailer looked pretty good. Something in the Water. That movie.
What's up, Dell? Dell, one of my favorite people. I can't wait to be on his show.
I know. Me too.
We're gonna do a triple threat match where all 3 of us are doing a movie swap, and I'm really looking forward to that show. So Dell, put that in the chat. Yeah, you're right. It's Something in the Water.
I was rooting for the shark.
I'm sorry. Something smelled bad.
Yeah. This was terrible.
I mean, I watched the trailer and I was like, okay.
Right? The trailer.
And I was like, I'm thinking that might be decent. Like a little bit of little bit of Descent meets Shallows or something like that, because it's a bunch of girls and they're going out on a girls trip and then they're in trouble and something happens. But
and they're all bitches.
they're all bitches. So yeah, it's Mean Girls with a killer shark. I'm like, I'm down. And then 10 minutes into the movie, I wanted them all to get eaten alive.
Yeah.
And the movie to be over. This was the shark was depressing.
Yeah.
Bro. The CGI on the shark was
So-
awful. And
the best part of this was the gore in the girl's leg. I thought that was kind of cool.
I thought that wasn't bad. I agree. That was pretty good.
And then the rip off of the Shallows when she's on the coral reef.
That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
Because, but I mean, the acting wasn't very good. The dialogue wasn't very good. I mean, I was like, okay, the premise I can get behind when I was watching, but I'm telling you, if you watch the trailer, you get the best parts of the movie. That's another thing that really ruined it for me, was because I was like, hey, I like the trailer, but there was nothing else in the movie aside from what was in the trailer that really not only was good, but made any sense. Because the whole thing about how, you know, they took off and what happened and the being in the water. And I was kind of hoping for a little open water thing where you don't really see the shark, you just kind of get tugged. And
this movie
I really like that. You get that suspense. I mean, even the initial when the girl got bit the first time, the one in the leg, the gore on that really good. It was like she was just kind of, I'm okay, and no, you don't get anything, and then all of a sudden there's just blood in the water.
Yeah.
And if you guys watch the trailer, we're not spoiling it. It's in the trailer.
And that was that's why I have a new rule. I only watch one trailer for a
What's up, Steve? I will only go and seek out one trailer because that's the one. The first trailer is what we watch for our trailer score. But if I get more trailers, like what's been happening in the theater, well, I get like 40 minutes of trailers.
Yeah.
So I'm so I've seen like multiple trailers of Twister and multiple trailers of Beetlejuice, and
but that's out of your control.
It's out of my control. But I don't go seek out extra trailers.
Garfield was better than this movie, and that's saying something.
And I don't want to go near Garfield.
Oh, bro, don't.
But
so what are highlights on this one?
Highlights? Okay. Let me see if I can come up with something here. And so your highest score is a 7 for the trailer, which makes sense. My highest score is a 6 for the trailer. I also put a 6 for the ending, even though the way it happened was dumb. I did like how it ended with who was left and whatnot. And as a subgenre, I gave it a 6. Other than that, 2 for the cast, 3 for the acting, 4 for the story. I mean, it really there's no substance to this at all.
It's like, who greenlit this movie and why? I mean,
I didn't get the car for Garfield popcorn bucket. In fact, it wasn't available. Not that I was looking for it. I did get the Furiosa cup. Cool. So that was cool because it has a pop top with the straw. So I was like, that was kind of cool. But as it turns out, that cup didn't work very well. So it was kind of a waste of money. But anyway, it goes on the thing with all the rest of my stuff. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for our highlights. Let's go to the final scores on Something in the Water, you guys. And this was a video on demand.
Yeah.
I don't recommend paying for this.
Don't even just avoid it.
I don't recommend seeing it. If you are desperate for anything shark, like if it's Shark Week and you'll want to watch any shark movie, I still wouldn't.
Go watch Sharknado instead.
Or watch Sharknado, and I've never seen any Sharknado movie.
Me neither. And
because I'm
recommended it over this because this was trash.
I would go see Sharknado first before I tried to watch this again, and I know what I'm getting with this.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go to our final scores on
This is
Something
bad.
in the Water, you guys. This is coming in dead last. No pun intended. IMDb is giving this a 4.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics and audience score is 33%. Rich, you gave it a 42. I gave it a 44 for a total average score of 43. And we'll just flush that one right down the toilet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get a toilet special effect just for that.
I know. I was waiting for you to do it. I was like, I'm gonna hear
I
toilet
will. I would just had that. I'm like, you know what? We need that. Or like a wah, 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 like that. Some kind of thing. Yeah. I just watched the trailer.
Why?
Oh boy.
Why, Rob?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, Rob, it's a courtesy sniff. You know, when you fart and your friend's like, oh yeah, you farted. That's what Rob just did. It was a courtesy sniff.
Or your friend let you smell their finger. One of the
It was like, yeah, here, smell my finger. Or it's like, you know, it's like, wow, man, that's disgusting. Here, try this. Oh, let me try this. Yeah, you're right. That's gross. Good. Pass it around till it's empty.
Rob, why don't do that? Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah. That's like, all right. That's Jay and a Speedo.
That meetup's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward.
That meetup's gonna be great. I wish I could be there with you guys.
Yeah, me too.
No hot babes. Well, I mean, they're all girls. I mean, but the only one, there's one I found reasonably attractive, and she was the worst actor of the group.
You ain't lying.
So I was just kind of, hoping she would get killed, but she was kind of like the badass bitch of the group.
Yeah.
The really tall Asian kind of looking girl. I was like, oh, she's pretty. And then she opened her mouth and I went, I'm done. I'm out.
She opened her mouth for the wrong reasons.
She opened her mouth and there was nothing there to plug it. Sorry. Lord, I apologize. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to number 9, my brother. What do you think?
Let me see.
9th place.
This movie, the other movie I hated, but I liked it just a little bit more than this one. Heart of the Hunter.
Interesting.
No. Oh, you're killing me, because that movie took me 3 times to watch. I kept dozing off. This shit's boring.
That's funny. I actually really liked it.
I didn't.
So that's going to be an interesting talk. If you made it out here, Dave, I might just hook you up with some barbecue, bro. Dude, don't tease me like that. I looked up flights, and it would cost me like almost $600 to fly out there.
Oh, damn. That's a lot of money.
Ask Rob about my wings. No, I'm still wanting the burnt ends. I'm not supposed to eat meat, but I want some burnt ends.
You think it's Atlas?
No, not Atlas. I'm just trying to bring it up to
mother-in-law, mother the bride. I forgot about that piece of shit.
Mother of the bride.
I forgot about that.
There you go. There it is. I was waiting for that to happen. So yeah. So you guys, Mother of the Bride comes in 9th place, and
this is terrible.
Oh, man.
I like Brooke Shields. I jerked off to her a lot when I was a kid.
Right?
But she can't act.
Nobody could act in this movie.
No. When the girl, her daughter was talking.
The best actor in this movie was the doctor guy, Chad Michael Murray, who played the doctor. Yeah, he did the best acting, and that was even mediocre at best.
Yeah.
Miranda Cosgrove, she could not act to save her life. I was like, I really liked iCarly. I watched it with my kids. I used to love watching it. I thought, she was adorable. I liked her and Drake and Josh. And then I realized as an adult, she can't act.
What happened to Benjamin Pratt? He used to be able to act. And I was like, what?
I don't know. Maybe it was the script or whatever. And there was no chemistry in this movie.
No.
There was none. There was no chemistry between Brooke Shields and Benjamin Pratt.
Was the
gay couple.
The gay couple. Yeah, and they're my favorite characters in the whole movie.
They're my favorite characters. Mike McDonald, and I can't remember the other guy's name. But he was on Star Trek Discovery, and they were the best. I thought they were funny. They were engaging. I did like the aunt. She was from Lucifer.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was just ridiculous, and I was here for it.
Just guys, avoid this one too.
You're awesome. Let's say Grant says, actually like it because of Miranda Cosgrove. The Intruders was the recent one I watched. Intruders was okay. I've seen that too. I've got it. Homeboy Benjamin Bratt. I know.
He's terrible in this, bro.
No. As long as no one in my house brings it up, I'm probably not watching.
Your fingers crossed now.
I think this was one of your picks, bro.
It was. I put it in because I seen it on the schedule.
Yeah, just like I was like, oh, Mother of the Bride, okay. And I saw the cast, and I'm like, for me, the cast is a 10. I recognize all these guys.
Yeah.
And Brooke Shields still pretty, even though she's older. I'm older too. I'm not pretty. But yeah, there's just there were a couple minor things that I enjoyed about the movie, but I didn't think the chemistry, that the big thing with comedies, especially romantic comedies, is chemistry.
Yeah.
Between the actors. There was no chemistry between the young couple.
Watched that was really, really good. And the chemistry was off the charts.
Well, Anyone But You.
Yes, with Glenn Powell
and Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, I love it. And the chemistry with the whole cast was really good. This one was just like they just threw a bunch of people in a pot and said, "Make a romantic comedy." Okay.
And it sounded like they were given their lines right before they start filming, like right before
they were probably writing the script as we're going to film this. It's like we got Thailand for 4 days. We're going to film this movie. But we don't have a script yet, so we're going to write it as we go.
It really does feel that way.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, that's what it felt like. And I got to say though, the Thailand, the visuals, beautiful. I've always wanted to go to Thailand, but mainly for paranormal investigations because there's like 2 places that I really want to go check out. But still beautiful.
White people.
I know. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But is the Atlas better? I mean, well, Atlas has definitely got a higher average score. Anyone But You was, I was really surprised. I didn't think I was going to like Anyone But You. Because I am generally not a romance fan in the movies unless you give me something else. You can't just hook me with romance and expect me to stay alive. It's just not going to be there. You pick some stinkers for this week. Like half these movies I have no desire to see.
Wait till you see next week's.
Wait till you see next week's. We got something special planned for you. Anyway, let's go to our highlights on this. Again, it's not great. Let's see. Like I said, I have a 10 for the cast because of recognition. That is the only thing really that got me a higher score than you. But I do have I have a 7. I have a 7. Yeah, you gave a 1 for the trailer.
I did.
You gave a 7 for the cast. I gave a 7 for the visuals because I really like the Thailand view and with the cove and the mountains and stuff. I dug that. And there was some music I liked, so I gave the sound a 7. Other than that, this movie stunk. And
shit.
I wasn't.
Oh.
Let's see. For you, romantic comedy, add some singing and dancing. Oh, right. Yeah, that's great. Why don't you just feed me pancakes and candlelight at the same time? Because it'll be a goddamn dream fucking weekend if you're going to do that to me.
We got to get Dave to watch the West Side Story remake. Somehow oh my gosh. I changed my open Adam movie, Dell.
You had the perfect opportunity, but you lost. It's already been. Dell's already been picked. Dell's already picked yours.
Oh, did he? Damn.
But he's probably seen West Side Story, right, Dell? Right? Yes. Yeah. Right.
No, Dell.
You've seen right?
No, Dell. Tell him you have not seen it.
Right.
No, Dell.
But yeah, let's go to our final scores on Mother. I was going to say Motherfucker of the Bride. Mother of the Bride, coming in 9th place, you guys. IMDb is giving this a 4.8. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 14%. Audience score 15%. So you'll see,
this piece of
Rich, you
shit.
gave it a 41. I gave it a 52 for an average score of 46.5.
Yeah, avoid this one, guys.
My parts were really, it was cast, visuals, and sound were where most of my points went.
Yeah.
Otherwise, not a good movie.
No. Damn.
Yes. All right. Number 8.
I'm gonna go with that other piece of shit. Heart of the Hunter.
Heart of the Hunter. No.
Oh, how is this movie higher?
Coming in at number 8, you guys, is Strangers Chapter 1.
Did you score this lower than me?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, I didn't score it great either.
No, you didn't score it great. One of the rare times where a horror movie I score less than you.
Yeah. Well, see, I wonder if my problem was I watched the original the night before I went to theater and saw this.
I didn't, so that might be true. I remember the original, and I liked the original, but what got me was the last line of the original movie.
Yes.
That's where I was like, okay, now I'm terrified. Right at the end was like, okay, now it's a horror movie. They ruined it by putting it in the trailer of this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
And then so there was no buildup for me. There was no, I knew what was going on. I liked when the owner showed up at the house. I liked what happened.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
I like the ending for the most part.
I did. I liked the ending, except for
I gotta find my score.
So the thing that got me was at the beginning of the movie, there's some text that appear on the screen, and that was like something to the effect of, "This is one of the most brutal murders," blah 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 blah, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, cool, I'm here for it, and I'm thinking, gore, give me a good kill, and even I know the model, I know what's going to happen, I know how long it's going to take for this to come to fruition, but at no point was there any, I'm sorry, if this is the first installment of a trilogy, I'm not going to the theater to watch the other two. They're
all coming out this year.
They're all coming out this year. I'm extremely disappointed.
Well, see, I'm disappointed with the movie, but what saved it for me was the end. Like could that dude be there in the hospital? Could he be watching her? Because you don't know who he is.
Yeah. Well, and then there was that dream sequence, right?
Yeah.
So
did you fart? You smell your own fart or what?
No, I've got some in my eye.
Oh,
and I've got some, and it's like it's hurting like crazy. And it's not my finger this time. It's just some dirt in my eye or something. Every time I blink, it hurts. But anyway, yeah, I just, when I take my wife to go see this, and horror movies scare her. She doesn't like to go see them because she doesn't want to be scared. She was like, she walked out and she goes, "That was dumb. Don't take me to see these movies ever again." And I was like, "There's 2 more," and she's like, "No." So, and I'm like, yeah, I was disappointed.
Do you think somebody that hasn't seen the original will like this one?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think the acting was okay.
The acting's way better.
I think the story was okay.
It's almost the same lines too.
It's like it's a cookie cutter of the original movie. I mean, it's
except for the ending, you know, because
yeah, it's the Stranger's playbook, and they followed the playbook from start to finish. So yeah, I've only seen the OG Strangers.
It's the only one you need to see.
Okay, this is kind of living the dream, Steve, just not in Speedos. That's okay. I thought it was. I've only seen the OG Strangers, just not in Speedos. It changes the whole concept of that statement. So yeah, I was disappointed, and I will not pay to go see the other two.
So we'll definitely be waiting. I'm with you on that. We'll be waiting for those to hit demand.
Wait for those to hit demand, hit streaming.
Yeah.
Unless I get some kind of inclination to where the second and third one are going to be better than this one.
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping. I'm like, if you're going to come out of the gate with a trilogy, you better make the first movie good enough for me to want to watch the other two.
Yeah.
And they didn't succeed for me.
There's hardly any gore in this at all.
No.
Whatsoever. And there's more in the first one where that dude gets his face blown off.
Yeah.
It is still very PG-13.
Exactly. Oh man, I haven't been reading synopsis or anything.
That's okay.
These ones I'm not too worried about.
Yeah. When we get to the top four.
When we get to the top five, we'll really focus on this. Okay. So let's go to our highlights on this. Because this just didn't work for me. So so you've got 8 for the trailer, and then you have 7s for acting, ending, genre, and subgenre. And then I have 6 and 5s, 3 for cast. I've got a 2 for cast. I don't mind that with a horror movie.
Yeah, we talked about that.
I will make up for it in acting if the acting's really good. And it's okay. I went 6 for the acting, but I gave a 7 to the trailer. I gave a 7 to the sound, and then pretty much 6s across the board, except for a 4 for the genre because I do not think it works as a horror movie, and 2 for the cast. Otherwise, I'm just kind of like, meh. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was okay.
This could have been straight to streaming.
Yeah, this should, and I wouldn't be surprised if the other 2 movies went straight to streaming.
Who's putting these out? What studio?
That is a very good question. I guess I passed it.
I know.
I will say that I don't have a budget on it, but it's made $27.5 million so far.
It probably cost.
Fifth Element Productions.
Oh, who knows then? Probably Netflix.
Probably straight to Netflix, or they'll put it on Tubi. So let's go to our final scores on Strangers Chapter 1, you guys. I don't recommend it. I just don't.
Whoa. Slow down.
I don't recommend it.
I
don't recommend paying through the nose for it. If you are a fan of the original Strangers movie, like you loved it, then I think you'd be okay with this.
I think you'd be disappointed.
I think you'd be okay. I think you'd be okay with it. Like if you loved the original, you'd be like, you'd be disappointed, but you'd be like, I'm a fan. I'll take anything like this.
That is true. You're right on that. I think wait to hit streaming. Don't pay $10, $15 to go see this.
Yeah.
Maybe go on a matinee where it's $5. Don't
discount night, or if you have an unlimited thing to where you're just you can go to as many as you want. Like AMC's got it, Regal's got it. Then yeah, if you don't have any options, go ahead and check it out.
Yeah. Just don't pay top dollar for it.
Yeah. I didn't have to pay, and I paid $5 for my wife, and I think I overpaid.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
I don't recommend going to the theater for this, but as a free streaming watch or something like that, sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our final scores on Strangers Chapter 1. You guys coming in 8th place. IMDb is giving this a 5.0. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 21%. Audience score 44%. Rich, you gave it a 61. I gave it a 54 for a total average score of 57.5.
Has that ever happened with a horror movie for us?
I think there's a couple. Yeah, I was going to mention yours, Rob, because you was through AMC. You have the A-lister. I have the Regal Unlimited, which is the same type of thing. You paid $5 for you. Man, that is a steal for a good woman. Right. It's a steal for a good woman. Yeah. I paid $5 for my wife. I see where you're going with that. Let me finish that sentence. For my wife to join me at the movies. And I ended up paying for it later because she was not happy with that movie. In fact, we did a double feature that day. We saw If and Strangers in the same day. And she was like, I'm never doing 2 movies with you again. So I was like, oh, okay, well, that's fine. All right.
Now, if this next movie,
number 7, I'll put you out of your misery. Number 7 is Heart of the Hunter.
I did not like this movie. I didn't score it as bad because technically it's a fine production. It put me to sleep like 3 different fucking times. Yeah, this was a pass for me.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to read this one. A retired assassin is pulled back into action when his friend uncovers a dangerous conspiracy at the heart of the South African government. So, guys, this is a South African movie, and they pretty much, I would say a little bit more than half is English.
Yeah.
But then there's so many other languages that they're speaking at the same time, like 4 or 5 languages that are going on. And I will say that was confusing. I was like, okay, I understood what they were saying. And then the very next sentence is in some different language. And I had to go to the subtitles. And then it goes back to English. And then it's some other language like Afrikaans or Zulu or Xhosa, I think was the other one.
You didn't watch it with the subtitles on?
Yeah, I watched it with the subtitles on. But when they were speaking English, I was like, okay, I didn't have to worry about it. But I mean, they were changing like every sentence. The same person would talk and speak 4 languages over the course of one conversation.
Yeah.
It was really confusing. And I thought to myself, man, we as Americans, we're lazy bastards because we only speak one language and we're not good at that.
No.
And these guys are speaking like 4 and 5 languages fluently. And it's like, they're normal because everybody that they're talking to all speak those languages.
Yeah.
So I found that really surprising. It made it hard to follow at first, but I don't know.
The action in here was great.
I liked this. I really enjoyed this. So I'll let you shit on it, and then I'll.
No, there's really not. It was just boring.
Yeah, but you're right though. Production value is good.
Right. The action was good.
The action was good, and I think that's what I was focusing on was the action because I mean it was like a South African John Wick thing where he was like
too crazy.
Ish.
Okay.
Ish. Yeah. John Wick ish.
But yeah, I mean, it was just boring. The acting was okay. The story didn't captivate me.
Yeah.
It took me 3 times to get
Like
through
I
this
said,
movie.
the story was really hard to follow. Once I caught it, then no, I got you, bro. It's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Evan, I'm looking forward to next week. Um, I was gonna do this one fucking movie when it's on the list. Oh, I'd rather watch paint dry than watch that documentary again. That was
I know
terrible.
usually you were like, oh man, documentaries, we gotta watch it. Oh, it's so good. And I was like, when you sent me that text, I was like, oh crap, I know I'm not gonna like it.
The shit was so boring.
Because I'm usually like, yeah, that was pretty good. And you're like, dude, 90. And I'm like, yeah, 75. And and this one you're like, dude, that
Very loud.
sucked. I don't even want to have this movie on our list. And
It was terrible.
I was like, oh crap, I'm really gonna tank this one.
You'll probably end up liking it.
I'll probably be like, you know what, that was really good. It was like Heart of the Hunter.
Oh.
It was like thriller-ish. But
I say if you're bored on a late night, put this on. If you're tired, you'll go right to sleep.
I thought it was really I was pumped. I liked the action. Like I said, that it was the way it was going, like the story and stuff. I was like, okay, what's happening? And then, but I was liking what was going on, not only action wise, but as the story progressed and I started to figure out what was happening, I liked it. Like with the family that he was staying with, and then what happened there, and the person that was on the inside, that was like a double agent, and then like the councilwoman who was like running all of them or something. And I was like, okay, this is crazy. But there were some acting that was hard to swallow. There was some rough acting in this, even with the language barrier issue that I had. There was some hard language, mainly the bad guy, the acting, the main bad guy. I did not like him at all.
Yeah.
So
it's funny. I thought he was the main character according to the poster. When you flip on Netflix, he's the first person you see on the home screen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, the main bad guy, the dude in this picture, the dude on the top left, that's the main bad guy, right? The only one I recognized is the guy whose profile you see with the gun in this. That's the only guy I recognized. I've seen him somewhere before. So I've watched something with him in it, and I liked him. I liked their fight between him and the main good guy. So I think there's a lot to like here. I think it's worth a watch. But you have to there's a lot of different languages going on. So definitely have subtitles going on with it. And I'm gonna be honest with friends like Evan, and some other people who don't want to do foreign movies because of the subtitles and stuff.
This was one to avoid.
I recommend it for you guys. It's hard. It's gonna be rough. What's up, everyone?
Harrison?
What's up, Harrison?
How you doing, man?
And what's up, Nate?
Hey, Nate.
Nate Dogg in the house.
How long before he fucking busted my balls? How long? I'm gonna give him 2 minutes.
Just wait. Just wait. So yeah, let's go to our highlights on Heart of the Hunter. I think this was my pick.
We'll say it is.
We'll say it is. Since you didn't like it and I did, we'll say it is. Let's see. Your highest is a 7 for the genre as an action movie. And I totally get that. Other than that, 6s and 5s pretty much across the board. 4 for cast, which is our standard for foreign films.
Yeah.
I went 9 for the genre because I really like the action here. I went 8s for ending and story, and I went 7s for trailer, visuals, direction, and subgenre as a thriller. So action thriller. Because I thought there were some really good tense moments, some serious things like what happened to the girlfriend and things like that. I was like,
sorry, Evan texted me and I was reading this text. Sorry.
Yeah. Doing Gucci. Yeah. So making fun of me, but
no, he asked what movie I was talking about, and I told him,
oh, about next week.
yeah, and of course
I,
he liked it.
oh, he liked it. Okay.
You'll like it. Yeah, it's almost guaranteed you'll like it.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I've never been a fan of them. So
I don't mind them. This was just bland. It was like, there was a bit of information in it that I
yeah,
didn't know, which piqued my
there's like
interest, but they kind of just glossed over it for a little bit.
yeah, like that Y2K
Oh, that was
documentary.
terrible.
That was so bad.
Yeah.
So I was like, I've seen all these programs before Y2K. Just because you smacked them together and called it a documentary, that does not make
Yeah.
sense to me. Speaking about making sense, let's go to our final scores on Heart of the Hunter, and you can see why maybe I'm stupid, but I loved it. I had
No,
no,
all
not
film
a
is
lot.
subjective.
I liked it. I
All
enjoyed it.
film is subjective.
Would I watch it again if I'm desperate? Maybe, because I still had trouble with the dialogue, but the action I think is great. And I agree with Rich. If it's late at night, you want something on Netflix and you just want to lay there and just chill, just put that on, watch the action, and either you'll fall asleep or you'll really enjoy the movie. Either way, it's good for you. Final scores on Heart of the Hunter coming in 7th place. IMDb is giving this a 4.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 67%. Audience score 55%. And that's kind of interesting because you gave it a 53 and I gave it a 69. So you matched, hey, just like our episode, our total average score as 61. So you actually matched the audience score and I matched the critic score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, sorry, my fucking cat's over here. You want to put
I was gonna say you better not be yelling at Miles like that.
No. No, the fucking cat.
Get off the couch.
No, she's up in the window. There's a lightning bug and
yeah. That's funny. So the last cat that I had, her name was Nibbles, and she used to jump up because it's basically this is a 3-level house, right? So I've got the basement below, I'm on the main floor here, and then master bedroom's up there, and it's an alcove, so it's open, and there's basically a curtain that hangs down, and the cat used to get up on my movie shelves and jump to that curtain and then just hang there.
Oh shit.
On the curtain, like 12 feet in the air. And then either climb up all the way or she would just drop back down and try to land on people. Until one time she actually missed, and I've never seen a cat not land on her feet. This time she did, flat on her back. And then she never climbed up there again.
That way she learned.
Yep. 69. Hey. Love it. Rich looked like he was yelling at David. I know, he turned and he was like, stop that.
Well,
get down right now. I'm like, I didn't do it.
Miles named her Godzilla, and she is a holy fucking terror.
Yep. The cat's name is Godzilla, and your apartment is Tokyo. So
yeah.
I never give Rich a hard time. I literally have no idea what he's talking about. I know, right? It's like, geez. All right. We are on number 6. I think we're making pretty good time.
We are.
All right. What do you think came in number 6?
I'm going to go with the movie that, no, wait. I'm going to go Justice League. Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths.
That's a pretty good guess. Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2 comes in 6th place.
Yeah.
And this is the second of 3, if I'm not mistaken.
It feels like it. Yeah.
I think there's going to be at least a 3rd part.
Yeah, there's a 3rd part. This really feels
and this fully goes into like the whole multiverse, cockamamie, hodgepodge, rigmarole, however you want to call it. Crazy fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And
it felt very incomplete to me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was like, I don't, I don't get
Like
it.
there's something
Because,
yeah,
there was something missing from this. Like, did they cut something out of it?
I don't
I mean,
know.
I honestly, I ended up checking. I was looking at my phone. I
Yeah,
got a
I
little
had to watch
bored in
this
the middle.
twice.
I had to watch it twice too. And
I was
I
like, did I miss
literally, there was
something?
1 hour left in and how much time you had left. And I was watching it a second time, just trying to get that middle part again. And I was like,
Mhm.
okay. And it let me finish even though the time was elapsed because I had started it. So I was like, oh,
Oh,
that's
good.
good to know.
See, I like the Supergirl story, um,
Yeah,
but that's really it. I mean,
that's really it. I mean, I
yeah.
am a huge fan of Nightwing, so I love
Oh, yeah.
the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
Robin thing and all that. Um,
Seeing Batman Beyond in there was kinda cool.
yeah, seeing Batman Beyond was kind of cool, but it was really there wasn't much to it.
No.
Um, and I can't say I'm a huge Batman fan. Nor I don't really care about Mentor or any of that crap.
Mhm.
But it was like I don't know. I like the first part better.
I did too.
And it was
Uh,
and I didn't like it for this story. I liked it for that first story in the beginning that I didn't think fit
the
in
Flash
the
part?
whole crisis. That I
Yeah,
liked that
yeah.
better.
Mhm.
And because I could follow that story. I understood what was going on.
Yeah,
It's like there's just all
yeah.
kinds of stuff happening, and it's
See,
a mess.
I
It
think
feels like
they're
a mess,
I think they're depending on you knowing the story of
which
Crisis
I
on
don't.
Infinite Earth. Yeah.
Yeah, just picked up part 1 and part 2, but haven't watched them yet.
I want you to do something different. Watch them back to back because
Yeah,
I wanna know how that feels because I didn't watch these back to back.
yeah, we went like months apart.
Yeah.
We watched part
Mhm.
1 like months ago, and then
Yeah.
watched part 2, and I'm like, I really got to figure out. I'm like, where
Yeah.
were we at in part 1?
Uh-huh.
And it didn't feel like it picked up where it left off.
No.
I don't know. Yeah, it felt like there was something missing out of this.
And then the ending, it just ends. You're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And and then I'm like, okay, there's got to be a part 3 because there was no point. This
Yeah, there's part 3."
it just stops.
I really
Like,
hope they put this all together in one movie where it just plays seamlessly, where you don't have the breaks, where you just keep going. I hope they do
that
that.
would be interesting. I
Yeah.
would give this another shot, but all in all, I think I
Do you
was a
think you
little
would
bit
score it? Would you score it different if we watched it as one movie?
once maybe because I think the key would be um in watching the third part or the last part and getting like the ending of it to hopefully the rest of it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then but yeah, I think I would give it a better score if I was able to watch all the parts continuously or at
Mhm.
least close enough together to where I can just pick up where I left off instead of waiting as long as I have between parts.
See, they did that in this universe with the Long Halloween. They put oh, he's doing the last voice in it. I didn't know that. Um, I like Jensen Ackles as Batman in this new universe that they did.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I recognize his voice, and I'm like, oh, dude,
they did it with Long Halloween.
yeah,
They, they released them separately, but then they released a version of it where it plays
oh, okay,
seamlessly. And
okay.
I
Well, let's
like
see. That
that.
would be kind of cool.
Uh,
um, you ready for highlights? I mean,
yeah, I'm ready
I
for
can't really
highlights.
say much about it. It was just
There's
it was fine. It
yeah,
you know
animation's great in it.
the animation's good, the action in it is good.
Hmm.
But yeah, a lot of it just didn't make sense. I was just like,
And if you're not
I was-
familiar with Psycho Pirate either, I think that
yeah,
kind of
no,
confuses people too.
no idea who that is.
Yeah.
But all right, let's take a look at our highlights on it. So Rich, you gave a 10 to the visuals,
Yeah,
which
I
makes
really like
sense.
that.
You gave a 9 to the cast, 8s to the acting, trailer, story, and genre, 7s to everything else, ending, direction, sound, subgenre. I went 8 for cast, 8 for visuals, 7s for ending, sound, genre, and subgenre, And then after that, I'm like 6s and 5s.
It'll be interesting to see how we score the third part.
Yeah. And I'm hoping the third part gets better because
Me too.
I'm so far I'm tracking downward.
Yeah.
First part is better than the second part. If the third part can bring it back up, then I would be interested in watching all three together. But I think if the third part ends up being worse than this, I don't know if I'd watch it again.
Yeah. I mean, I love this version of this new universe that the DC animated made with these characters and stuff. But I think this is the worst movie out of all of them. I don't know. This is like the 8th or 9th movie in this universe. And I think this is the worst
I agree.
one.
This is my least favorite of all the DC animation universe movies.
Yeah. This was the worst one.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our final scores on Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2. IMDb is giving this a 5.5. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 17%. Audience score 32%. Rich, you gave it a 79. I gave it a 66 for an average score of 72.5. And that makes sense. You're more familiar with the storyline and the whole DC thing. I'm not. This didn't make a lot of sense to me, but I give credit where credit is due as far as.
But somebody's going in cold turkey. I mean, this would be very confusing.
Yeah, and it was. I found it very confusing. I was hoping that part 1 would kind of give me what I needed to actually follow part 2, and it didn't. I found myself pretty lost on this one. Speaking of lost, we're coming into our top 5.
Okay.
So,
man,
and I will tell you that we have 2 movies in our top 5 that you and I gave the same exact score to.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I wonder which ones they are.
And then there's one that we're like 1 point apart. I mean, so we're pretty close on the top 5. We're pretty close in our scores.
Oh, that's good. For number 5, man, one of these movies I'm going to pick, I'm going to say I really, really liked.
DC Animation is known for releasing longer movies in parts at first and then the entire movie later. They've done it at least 3 times I can think of off the top of my head. Okay. Long Halloween, right.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Returns and the Death and Return of Spider-Man. Yes. Death and Return of Spider-Man, I mean Superman, I am familiar with.
Yeah.
I do have those, but I bought those separately. So, but I do have.
It's funny. I bought them separately. I got the Target's exclusive steel books, and then I bought it digitally as one.
Yeah, I think I am a huge fan of the Death of Superman storyline. That was like one of my favorite things besides Flashpoint Paradox. That's my favorite because Flash is my favorite DC character. But I love the whole Death of Superman plot. Coming back with Steel and the Energy Dude and all that. I really enjoyed that whole storyline.
It's a good story. They did a good job in that animated movie. Yeah. But for number 5, I'm gonna pick one that I like this movie a lot, and that's Greatest Hits.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed Greatest Hits.
I did too.
I know that was my pick. But I was kind of having second thoughts after I picked it because I was like, okay, it seems more of a sappy. I don't really know what's going on. But no, our number 5 movie is Atlas. On Netflix, starring Jennifer Lopez. And
this movie would have been better without Jennifer Lopez.
David likes flashing. Yes, I do.
He does.
Am
I wrong?
Rich loves sappy.
I do.
Rich loves his sappy. I am not a sappy fan. If you're like, I'm like, oh, that's right. Okay. I like this.
I did too. But I think
there's problems.
Would have been, yes.
There's issues.
J-Lo.
J-Lo is an issue. My favorite character in the movie is the AI. Smith is hilarious.
Yes, I agree.
I love Smith, my favorite character in the movie. Sterling K. Brown is in it. There's a
Oh,
cast
he's
that
so
I have
good.
no there's no business with this cast.
Yeah, Sterling K. Brown is so good.
I was like, how is Sterling K. Brown? Simu Liu is in this.
Mm-hmm.
What was that? Yeah,
And
Sterling
I
K.
get my Asians confused,
Let's
so
have,
don't
let's have
judge
full
me.
cast. You've got. I was like, dude, I love this cast. Mark Strong is in this.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's weird seeing him as a good guy.
I know it was kind of strange.
Mm-hmm.
Besides Kingsman,
Yeah.
where he was kind of a good guy as Merlin. So I'll read the synopsis on this one since we are top 5. In a bleak sounding future, an AI soldier has determined that the only way to end war is to end humanity. So basically, it's Terminator.
Yeah.
It's AI takes over, wants to wipe out humanity. Oh, there's Caveman, my brother.
What's
It's
up,
good to see you.
caveman? How you doing, man?
Sorry you didn't get the cookie. You came in yesterday with your comment, or I would have given you the cookie. Had a problem getting past the CGI in Atlas. I hate to say, but too much eye candy.
See, I
You know
didn't
what?
mind this. I didn't
I
mind this
I
CGI.
liked the CGI. It wasn't great.
Yeah.
It was Netflix CGI. So
I'm gonna say this: some of the CGI in this was better than Furiosa CGI because there's a couple shots
I
and
I agree with that.
there's
I
some
mean,
really shitty
there's
CGI in Furiosa.
the CGI in Furiosa. You can definitely pick that out of a crowd. It was like a
Yeah,
sore thumb in
yeah.
that movie.
Some of that bad green screen. But
But
anyway, Atlas.
Atlas, I enjoyed it.
I did too. I liked the story.
Now Jennifer Lopez either took part or wrote this completely.
Oh, I don't know. I hope not.
She was one of the writers, not the main one.
She probably wrote all her dialogue too. I get it.
That's
I
it.
get it
It
now.
seems like it because she didn't.
It was very bad.
Yeah, I mean, this was like. What was it? Dell says I was supposed to watch Atlas this weekend, but I didn't. I'm sure I will this weekend. Miss
It's worth
Caveman.
watching. What's up, Miss Caveman? Definitely check it out.
I hope you're healing up nice.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. My wife enjoyed it. We both liked Smith. The AI was our favorite character
And I
in
like
the
how
movie.
they did it. The little ball
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I like that with the little orb and the and I like the screens and the imagery and that kind of stuff was really cool. The robot stuff was kind of but that was all right. I like the explosions. It was fun, but yeah, it's definitely CGI driven, and Jennifer Lopez falls into that category of when there's CGI involved, she can't act like Mark Wahlberg. So that was like she was trying to be emotional, and it was making me cry trying to watch her cry.
Yeah.
So that I was like, but like I remember like when she did The Cell and some other movies, I was like, she's a pretty decent actress. I don't see Oscars for her, but I thought she was pretty good. But
she was in that
lately,
movie,
like The
Boy
Mother,
Next Door.
yeah, well, lately like The Mother and this one that have been on Netflix, I don't really appreciate her acting very much.
Or The Mother. Which one was that?
That was the one where she was the killer chick and she was protecting her daughter.
Oh yeah, that was
The dudes. You didn't like it, but I liked it.
Yeah.
But I didn't think her acting was very good.
No, not at all.
And I don't think it's very good here.
No. I think this movie would have scored it better if she wasn't in it.
I agree. I think if there was someone else in this position.
Okay, now this chick isn't a good the girl that plays the Resident Evil. She's not a very good actress.
You mean
she's
Mila
more
Jovovich?
Yes. She would fit this role better, I think. That her type of acting.
Well, and she can at least convey some kind of emotion in the face. And that's really all you're seeing is
Mhm.
J-Lo's face in that craft, in that robot.
And it's too perfect all the time.
And she's not, there's nothing going on. You can't, it like okay, be scared. And she's like, my,
Yeah.
I'll watch anything J-Lo. She's still beautiful.
She's a very beautiful woman.
But yeah, I enjoyed this. I liked it. I think it's worth a watch. It's not great. I do agree that the CGI is a little hokey, but I came in expecting it.
Yeah. I wonder how much Netflix cost for this to be made.
I don't know, but I never get budgets off of Netflix movies. Yeah, nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I wish I could find that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like they spent a pretty penny on it.
Oh yeah. Just probably 3/4 on J-Lo's fucking,
because it's all CGI money. There's no real practical effects in here at all.
Yeah.
But let's go to our highlights on it.
Let me pull mine up.
So Rich, you gave 10s to the sound and the genre.
Oh man, my shit was rattling and fucking sounded.
Yeah, no, I did like the sound. You gave 8s to the cast, story, visuals, and subgenre. And then, 5 for the acting, 5 for the direction. I totally agree with those. I didn't give any 10s, but I did give 9s for the cast and the ending. I gave 8s to the story, visuals, and genre. 7s for trailer and subgenre. And then 6s for acting and for directing.
For sound, I always give an extra point if it scares the shit out of my cats.
See, that's a good thing to base it on. Usually I'm watching these by myself. So I look for like the surround sound because I know they do. Netflix does their stuff in Atmos. So
it sounds good.
So you get that, and I really liked it.
It's funny watching my
rest aside, J-Lo is great in the right roles. Not very good in roles not tailored to her persona. I agree with that. And I piggyback on the fact that when she is in a character driven movie where she's playing off other human beings, she does well.
Yeah.
But when she's playing off a green screen and she's playing off a CGI, she doesn't know how to act.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg has the same problem.
Yeah.
Felt a disconnect because their interactions seem to be acting to a standee. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Those things where you're fighting a CGI monster and it's just a tennis ball hanging there and you got to pretend like you're doing stuff. I don't know how I could do that. But yeah, I still think this is worth a watch. I do recommend it. It's actually it's a solid movie for Netflix.
Yeah, but that's not saying much.
That's not saying much. But I mean, there are movies.
Crank your sound system. Get a bowl of popcorn.
Yeah, this is a popcorn movie. This is like, don't worry about the storyline or the plot or anything like that. Turn the lights off. Blast the sound. Watch the special effects. And just enjoy the action. Just enjoy that movie for what it is. Let's go to our final scores on Atlas. You guys coming in 5th place. IMDb is giving this a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critic score is 17% because they hate. Haters gotta hate. 52% for the audience score. Rich, you and I both gave it a 74.
That's awesome. That's all right. I think that's perfect for this movie.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it works. Don't have any, because some people have misconceptions about watching anything on Netflix. And I'm not going to name any names, but his initials are Nate. Some people have misconceptions about watching anything with J-Lo, and I'm not going to name any names. And then some people are like, nope, I know it's not going to be good, so I'm just not going to do it. I can see why the critics hate this because it's not that style of movie.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised that the audience score is that low on Rotten Tomatoes. But
how many people watched it though?
That's a very good question. I don't have that number in front of me.
But do you really? Because I think it's number 1 or number 2.
It's number 1 right now on Netflix. At least when I watched it, it was number 1.
Yeah, I watched it Friday night.
Yeah, and see now it's gone in the time since I've created this, the critic score has gone up to 19 and the audience score has gone down to 49.
Oh, okay. But how many reviews?
In just the last couple of days? 81 reviews for critics, 500 plus for audience.
They just don't like Jenny from the Block.
Yep.
But check it out. It's worth watching.
I'm muted. I think so. All right. Number 4.
Greatest hits.
Oh, shoot. I got to move something. But yes. Greatest hits is number 4.
Really like this.
This was better than I thought.
Man, this has got Superman in it. Future Superman. I think he did fantastic in this.
Hustlers was one of her better roles.
Oh, I liked her in Hustlers.
Yeah, I did like her in Hustlers.
Yeah. I love. This is a great love story. About loss.
You go ahead and talk. I'll be back in a second.
And it has I'm gonna do a little spoiler. Time travel is in this, and they do it well. This girl, she loses somebody that she loves very much. But every time she hears a song that's connected to a memory with this guy, she time travels back to that moment. And she's like trying to like stop, or she does try. I don't want to totally spoil it, but she's trying to stop the accident from happening, and she realizes she can't. But yeah, this is just anybody that knows me knows I love romantic comedies. Nate says I like sappy movies. I do. But this was right up Jay's alley. It's a romantic comedy with a little
romantic comedy
added to it. Something
added to it. You give me something else. That's what I like.
And if you want to check out the guy that's going to be playing Superman, this is the movie. He does a fantastic job in this.
Yeah. So I'm going to read the synopsis on this. It says a love story centering on the connection between music and memory and how they transport us, sometimes literally.
I have memories to like music. Like music takes. I mean, I get this movie because like I hear music and I think of someone, or or moments of your life. And this movie is so good, and they do a so good job of putting connections to the music and memory. I love that premise.
Yeah, and the way the way that they do it, I was really liking it. So this was like you take Butterfly Effect and make it a love story.
Yeah,
is kind of what it reminded me of.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way.
Oh. Hey there.
Hey, what's up, man? Mr. I'll buy the popcorn. Oh wait, that's from Alex and Nate's channel, right? That person's from the Geeks and Flicks.
That's Stephanie, right?
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Stephanie? It's good to see you. Yeah.
See, there
Jay confirms. Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I know that.
I know, right? As soon as I said it, I was like, wait a minute.
So yeah, Stephanie, you're just in time for our top 4. We are right now talking about the greatest hits. This is available on Hulu, you guys. And yeah, no, I enjoyed this. Now, when I first was like, okay,
This was your pick.
This was my pick.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, dude, I love this. You know, I was like, I didn't watch the trailer yet, but I read the synopsis and I was like, okay, time travel. I'm in.
Yeah.
I was like, here you go. We get to watch this movie. And then I watched the trailer and I'm like, oh, is it going to be sappy?
And I almost texted you. I was like,
I was like,
it's great.
I was like, oh man, this premise is going to suck. I was so, and then I watched the movie.
Yeah.
And I really, really enjoyed it.
No, I like the special effects they did when she like would go to the past.
The vibration.
Yes, I
really enjoyed that, and the sound that came with it, I liked.
Yes.
The color was kind of, it was like, you know, Star Trek transporter-ish, but but I really liked.
I still dug it
when she was back in time, basically, or when she was accessing her memory. She would turn and you go, and it would, like, she would vibrate in the thing, and you could tell that she was in that mode. And to be honest, the whole time I was like, is she really going back in time, or is this all in her head? Is this a psychological thing?
You think that at first.
You think that at first,
but then they do something. Like,
but then then something answers that question in gangbusters.
And I love how the tie to that character from her past. I really dug that.
What would be on your mixtape for one another?
I don't know.
Well, let's see. It would be "Can't Touch This" by MC Hammer. "Don't Stand So Close to Me" by The Police. "I Touch Myself."
I do that on a regular.
That's a normal thing for us. And then "Hey Jude," and I'm going to finish it off with "In the Air Tonight" by Phil Collins, because that's my favorite song.
Make me think.
I just threw that out there. I don't know.
I'm gonna go Billie Jean. What's that? What's that other one? My mixtape will have a lot of Michael Jackson on it, so it might not be a mixtape. Purple Rain, because I'm wearing that shirt.
You got to be Purple Rain, right? I was gonna say I'm gonna add Calloway's "I Want to Be Rich."
Never heard that song.
It's from the '80s. I get it. you were really young.
Girls, because who doesn't love girls?
Motley Crue, got to do it.
Yeah. Oh fuck, I don't know. Come back to that. I'll figure it out later. Anyway, let's get back to great hits.
Little shout at the devil. So Rich were like, "Get down!"
The fucking bitch is sitting in the fucking window still.
Damn cat. But yeah, no, God, this was I love the concept. I loved how the movie progressed. I loved the ending.
Me too.
It was a little bit sad and a little bit and really good at the same time, because you're like, but okay. One of my favorite movies is High Fidelity with John Cusack. If Corey joined, he could sing "I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt." He's too sexy for 5 shirts, because that's all he's got. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I know Rich isn't a John Cusack fan.
No, I do not like him at all.
So I don't know how you feel about High Fidelity. I actually, I like
younger John Cusack. I don't like like those 80s John Cusack. I like.
Okay. Because I'm like, I mean, I like Better Off Dead. That's probably my favorite John Cusack movie.
Did you make me watch that?
I think I did. Yeah, I did. And you were like,
and Yeah.
I don't know exactly what your feelings were about it, but I think you were okay with it, but
Yeah.
it didn't have Jason Bateman, so comedies don't work. It has Jason Bateman. But this worked.
It did.
I mean, it's a drama.
And the music was great.
The music was fantastic.
Yeah.
I loved because the music in the movie kind of transported me as well to my memories. So that was really neat. I was like, oh, I remember that song. And it's like my wife and I do that where the song comes on and my wife's like, man, I remember the song. I was in high school and doing to the dance and blah blah blah. And I was like, honey, she goes, what? I said, I was in 7th grade when that song was out. She goes, shut up. She still looks younger than me though. But dude, I recommend this. I think that
me too.
This was way better than I expected. At first I was like, dude, I'm totally in. And then I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like it. And then watching it, I liked it. I think it's really good.
I'm glad you picked this one.
Like on any other episode, this would probably be our number 1 movie.
Really? I don't know the score, so you haven't said it yet.
Because literally, there's the other 3 movies are all higher. Like, not a lot, but I mean, like other shows where our highest movie is like a 78.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah,
this easily would be our number 1 movie.
Yeah, I would buy this if it got like a Blu-ray release.
Yeah, I'd watch this again.
Me too.
I'd want to sit there and watch this with my wife because I think she'd really enjoy it.
I'd definitely watch this again. I think this is a great watch. I think I would recommend it. Maybe not for Nate, but for everybody else.
Maybe not for Nate.
But all film is subjective.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, there we go. All films are subjective.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what's the highlights on this one? Let me pull mine up.
Highlights on this one. Let's get to it. Let's see. So Rich, you gave 10s to the story and the sound. You gave a 9 to the cast, 8s to acting, ending, visuals. I'm sorry, 9 to the genre too. I skipped that. 8s to acting, ending, and visuals. 7 to trailer, direction, and subgenre. I gave 10s to the story, the sound, and the subgenre. Because the subgenre is listed as music and not romance. I think as a romance movie, I think 7 is about right. But as a music, as a I don't want to call it a musical because it's not a musical, but there's a lot of music in it. As a drama with music, I think it's stellar. I gave 9s to the ending and the visuals. I gave an 8 to the acting. I gave 7s to trailer, direction, and genre. And then I gave a 6 to the cast because I didn't recognize the cast as much as you did.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that guy was going to be Superman. I had no idea.
Oh, really?
Until you just said it. I was like, oh, yeah. Otherwise, I had no idea who that dude was.
Yeah. I like the way he looked on screen. He's a nice looking dude.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, our good buddy Grant also has a review.
Awesome.
Of Greatest Hits. So let's go to that. Grant, what did you think of the Greatest Hits?
Hey guys, Movie Buff Grant over here, and today I am going to be doing by the numbers review for Dave and Rich on the Greatest Hits. This movie I actually watched on Hulu when it first came out, and I had a fucking blast with it. The cast was, how do I call it, impressive. acting was intriguing, and of course, the story was actually very good and decent. And so far, I am actually going to give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. Now, don't get me wrong, I like all hits. Men's hits, girls' hits, my body that can jiggle hits. But in terms of light, I hope all of you have a good, pleasant dreams. This is Hardcore Grant signing out, and Dave and Rich, have a good, pleasant dreams.
Oh, fuck.
I believe we have created a monster.
Yes, we did, man.
And I
love it.
I am so sorry that we've corrupted you, Grant. But at the same time, we absolutely love it.
Yeah, man.
He was like, I love when my jiggly parts hit. I was like, oh man. I was like,
I hope he keeps sending in reviews, man. I like it when he does it. I think
he
it's
does.
great.
I get reviews all the time, and if I'm gonna put it on the show, I put it in. Sometimes I have to edit it because I try to keep it under a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Piper, what do you think?
Great.
Awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, dude, greatest hits. One of my favorite things that I've watched on Hulu in a while.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't turned on Hulu except to watch them. This is the first one we watched in a while on Hulu, right?
Yeah, we haven't watched a Hulu movie in a while. Seeing Grant drop the F-bomb gets me all the time. I know, right? It's kind of like, it's kind of like watching Anna Kendrick do a nudity scene, which never happened, but I would be like, I can't. She's too little and cute. He really needs to change his name to Hardcore Grant.
Yeah.
I give up royalties for him to use it. Gonna need to check it out. Stephanie, I recommend it.
Yeah,
I really do.
Great movie.
I think it's really well made. The acting is really good. I enjoyed the story.
Actress does a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean,
she's really good.
Yeah, I like both mains in this. And I thought their chemistry. This is one thing with the romance. The chemistry really worked.
It was so believable.
Yep. I like the best friend.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally cool. Let's go to our final scores on greatest hits, you guys. And unfortunately, fourth place, but still,
yeah,
absolutely worth it. IMDb is giving this a 6.2. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 48%. Audience score 67%. Rich, you and I both gave it an 83.
Another one.
Like I said, there was two in the top 5. And so it was Atlas and Greatest Hits. We both gave the same score.
Yeah.
All right. We've got 3 left.
I'm trying to think of the posters here. I am going to go with...
We know 2 of them.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Furiosa.
Okay.
No.
Probably. No.
I mean, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Not for lack of. I mean, like I said, all 3 of these movies. I mean, like the top 4 of these movies are awesome. I will buy Greatest Hits. I will buy these 2 when they come out. The documentary is
I love that documentary.
Also fantastic. I will. Though if I get a physical release of all these, I'll buy them.
Yeah.
Our number 3 movie this week in episode 69 is If.
Okay. Anybody that knows me knows I do not like Ryan Reynolds. Okay. John Krasinski made me enjoy a Ryan Reynolds movie. John Krasinski is his third movie directing outside of the 2
outside of the Quiet Places. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I hope he can stay at this level because he did a fantastic job in this.
Dude, I loved this movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it.
I
enjoyed it.
I had a blast. I think Kaylee Fleming, the girl,
Mm-hmm.
She carried this.
I agree.
Her acting is so good. She's so believable. She's adorable, and she's from The Walking Dead. She was Judith in the Walking Dead series.
Oh shit! I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, she was phenomenal. I like Ryan Reynolds. I don't have a problem with him. I liked him in this. I love John Krasinski in this as the dad. I dug the story. I enjoyed it. It was funny. It was heartfelt. It had really great visuals. And I loved how it ended. I dig. This is one of my favorites of the year. Absolutely.
Slow down.
You can just like it. I can love it.
Like I took miles to see this, and this show was not a kid's movie.
No.
No.
This is not a kid's movie.
No, there's a lot of heavy shit in here. You know,
Yeah.
dealing with
There's some
death,
dark
loss,
stuff
grieving.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, I want to see more of the Pokemon.
Yeah, like I would say like 12 and up. Like,
yeah.
I mean, maybe a little bit younger, but this is not for the little ones.
No. But that's okay though. I mean, just Steve Carell. I'm not a Steve Carell fan either. Mm-hmm. I don't like him. He did a great job in this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people. I was sitting there watching. I was like, wait a minute. Was that Rocket Raccoon? I was like, it was. There's a lot of people in this.
Yeah. Let me read the synopsis on it. It says a young girl who goes through a difficult experience begins to see everyone's imaginary friends who have been left behind as their real life friends have grown up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, this had me. I don't know if you had an imaginary friend, but I had an imaginary friend.
I did.
I grew up as an only child. So aside from talking to myself, which I still do, I had an imaginary friend, and his name was Yehudi.
Djibouti?
And
what?
Yehudi. It was Yehudi. Yahootie. Yehudi. Which, come to find out, is an actual pagan god. And I had no idea. But I had looked it up later, and I'm like, oh crap, there's an actual being named Yehudi. But anyway, Yehudi was always messing up my room, causing all kinds of stuff. So my mom would be like, you know, you messed up your room. And I'm like, I didn't do it. I was like, who did it? Yehudi did it. And she goes, who's Yehudi? I says, Yehudi's the guy who turns the light on when you open the refrigerator door. I got away with that for a little while, but you know, eventually, you know, it didn't work anymore. But dang, Rich, you have a long list of actors that you don't like. He does. The list is long but distinguished.
Yeah.
What if they made a kids movie that wasn't really a kids movie? Sorry for the bad Marvel humor. Yeah. Speaking of bad Marvel movies, Grant also has a review of If.
Oh.
And let's take a look at that right now. Grant, what did you think of If?
Hey guys, Movie Buff Grant over here, and today I am going to be doing by the numbers of the movie called If. If came out around the time on May 17th, and from this video will be pre-recorded right before then. I'm just going to say that I like this movie. Ryan Reynolds did play a very fantastic job, while John Krasinski did a fantastic job of directing. Storyline was very good. The casting was very solid, and of course, the direction and plot lines were very good, as well as visuals for the film. As so far as If goes, I am going to be giving this movie a 8 out of 10. I would highly recommend seeing it if you're a Ryan Reynolds fan or a John Krasinski fan. if you love A Quiet Place, and for the next one coming out, A Quiet Place Day 1. So, until then, take care and have a wonderful night.
So,
review,
no
Grant.
F-bomb on that one. Sorry about that, Jay. No F-bomb. But he gave an 8 out of 10 before he actually watched it. But his score after he watched it was a 99 out of 100. So he gave it almost a perfect score.
Wow.
Glad to see
Did
his
we talk
camera
about the
angle is
visuals
remaining
in-
consistent. Well, sometimes Grant does it on his phone, and sometimes he does it on his computer. So I get both from him. It's
That's the
just
sign of a great filmmaker.
it's
Trying
just the way
different
that
things.
is, and according to Grant,
Fucking incredible.
I love it. I fucking love it.
no, I keep all those forever. I might keep the jiggly parts one too, or I might do that other one, that other F-bomb. The jiggly hits. But dude, I
okay.
really,
I liked it.
I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to see it in the theater.
Me too.
I mean, by saying one of my favorites of the year, I'm going to say right now top 10. I don't know if it'll last till the end of the year. I don't know if it'll make my top 10 at the end of the year.
I've only got like 3 movies in my top 10 so far. My top 10 folder.
Well, my top 10 is 10, but then as I get one that scores higher, the number 10 one drops out. So that's how that one. So right now it's top 10. But I mean, legit, I only have 2 movies that I've scored in the 90s this year. I think 2. And that's Dune 2 and Civil War.
Civil War's in there for me. Dune 2 was okay. I get why everybody loves it. Just, for me.
Yep. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic.
This movie's definitely worth seeing, guys. Don't sleep on this.
He was really disappointed there was no F-bomb. Sorry about that, Jay. He gave me that review like a few months ago, and I think that was before we actually corrupted him. But yeah, no, I loved it. I thought it was really good. I'm glad to see John.
The animation in here is great too. Don't forget about how good the animation is in this.
The animation is great. Like I said, the visuals are tremendous. Now, unfortunately, though, it hasn't made its money back. So, $110 million budget and has only made $108 million.
Yeah, you're freezing, bro. Uh-oh. Are we still live, guys? Oh. Dave froze. Can somebody comment in the chat, see if we're still live?
So far.
You froze, bro.
There we go. That's better. Yeah, no, my internet kind of spotted just a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Little bit of an internet issue, but I think we're back on track. I have no idea what I was saying when I froze. So,
you were talking about his budget. You said it was $110
million budget, and it's made $108 million in the theater. But like I said, I think it's almost done with its run. I don't know if it's.
Yeah.
I think it's still playing in some theaters, but it's not.
But I wonder how much of that is cast, because there's a fucking lot of people in here. You got George Clooney, Bradley Cooper. Who the fuck else is in this? There's just expensive people. Did they get paid extra, or did they get the regular flat fee?
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Fiona Shaw, Louis Gossett Jr. May he rest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was seeing names all over the place.
Yeah. I wonder how much of that budget is cast.
Probably Matt Damon, Bradley Cooper, Bill Hader, Richard Jenkins, Keegan-Michael Key, Blake Lively, Sebastian Maniscalco, Christopher Maloney, Sam Rockwell, Maya Rudolph, Amy Schumer, Jon Stewart, Brad Pitt, Emily Blunt is the unicorn. Aquafina is Bubble. Yeah, George Clooney is a spaceman.
Yeah.
Those are the voices.
Yeah.
I was like,
there's a lot of people in that.
And John Krasinski is also the Marshmallow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either until just now.
Yeah. Such a good actor, such a good director, man. Who would have thought this guy would be such a great director?
But I swear, every time since I've watched that movie, every time I've tripped, I yell out Keith.
I don't remember it. Remind me.
The invisible imaginary friend.
I don't remember that.
That Ryan Reynolds kept tripping on.
Oh, I see. I missed that.
Fall down, and he'd stand up and he'd go, Keith.
Oh, does he do it in the convenience store?
Yeah, he did it. He did it everywhere. He did it in the in the place with all the imaginary friends. Every place he fell down.
No, was the ending very telegraphed, or was it just me? What's up?
Oh no, I called it. Yeah, no, I called it.
Yeah.
I still loved it, but I was like, oh, I know exactly who Ryan Reynolds is in the movie. What's up, Mike? Mega Mike in the house.
Hope you're doing good.
Movies like that should cost 30 to 50 million max.
I agree.
But I think so. It would have made all its money back, but they had and I don't think they needed all these voices.
No,
they didn't need all these A-list actors.
You could give it to work for hire voice actors that need.
Dude, I have just started voice acting. I'd do it for a 50. Give me a 50. I'll be the freaking Marshmallow.
Yeah. I mean, you said this is, I think it opened up to what, 35 million? I think opening weekend.
33, I think 33, yeah.
And look at Furiosa. Underperformed. Garfield almost fucking beat it at the box office. Okay. People keep saying like, oh, this box office struggling. I don't think it is. I just think people are just like being more picky what they spend their money on. I mean, tell a good story, look at Deadpool and Wolverine. That's going to make all the money. That's probably going to be almost. How much do you think that's going to make opening weekend?
I wouldn't be surprised if it broke 100 million opening weekend.
Oh, I don't think.
But I'm thinking 70. I'm going to go 70.
I was going to say I'm a 70, 75.
Yeah, million. That's about where I'm at. But if it breaks 100 million opening weekend, it wouldn't surprise me.
No. Do you think it's going to hit $1 billion?
No, I don't.
You don't think it'll be $1 billion movie?
I don't think it'll be $1 billion.
We only had 2 of those last year. Barbie and
yeah, because Oppenheimer Mario. Just missed it.
Yeah, it was
Oppenheimer Mario was like 930 million. Yeah. It was Barbie and Mario.
Yeah, that was it. So you don't think Deadpool?
I don't think Deadpool will break $1 billion.
Oh man,
I don't think so. I would if it breaks 700 million, I would be happy.
Yeah. Oh, it'll break 700 million.
I think it'll break 700 million. I'm going to go like 750, 800 million. And that's worldwide. Not just US.
Yeah, domestically
400 million.
Oh no.
Easy.
I'm shooting higher. I'm domestically, I bet you this is going to make probably 500 to 600.
You think $500 million?
Yeah, 500 to 600. Yeah.
Okay.
Because everybody wants a good comic. When was the last time we had a good comic book movie? Besides, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I would say No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah, because that was
probably the last really good comic book movie.
Yeah, from start to finish.
Yeah.
And people are excited. for this movie. Look at all the advertising they're doing for it. Oh.
Such a good marshmallow. Yeah. Oh, hey, it's a movie calling Jay and Speedos would be a blockbuster. I'd buy that for $1. Jay and Speedos, this year's biggest cockbuster.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude.
Oh man.
Chapow.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go to our highlights on Lovely If, coming in third place, you guys. Rich, you gave 10s to the cast and the visuals. I see a 9 for direction, 8s for acting, ending, story, and subgenre, 7s for trailer, sound, and genre. I gave 10s for cast, story, visuals, and genre. I gave a 9 for ending, 8s for acting and sound, 7s for trailer, direction, and subgenre. I think that was Dave instead of Cave, but I get it. All right, let's go to our final scores on If, you guys, coming in third place. And that's going to stay up on my wall because I like the poster. It's really cool looking.
I like the purple in it.
It would be filmed in 3D. Yeah, it would. It'd be filmed in 4D. It would go back in time and slap me. Oh, that was bad. All right, final score on If.
Dave wants to get slapped with a cock.
I do, with Jay's for sure. IMDb is giving this 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 49%. Audience score 89%. Rich, you gave it an 82. I gave it an 86 for a total average score of 84.
I think that's a good score for this movie, especially for a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yeah, especially with your scoring of Ryan Reynolds movies.
I was shocked. I was like, why? I can't believe I like this.
Right? That's because John Krasinski.
I think John Krasinski brought it out of him. He was dialed in. His stupidity was reined in. He didn't come off.
Yeah,
like Deadpool.
As they put a leash on him, and was like, "Whoa,
yeah,
calm down," because the way his character was behaving was not clown-like, like he normally is.
Yeah, and that annoys me to no end.
Big disconnect between critics and audience. Yeah, it makes sense considering the type of movie this is. This is one of those where for the Oscars you might see a visual effects nomination.
Yeah, that's if that. No pun intended.
I don't see a Best Picture nomination or anything like that, but I see like visual effects, maybe visual editing, like stuff like that, technical stuff. Because I really liked how this was filmed.
Yeah, I do too.
All right, we've got 2 more.
Okay,
and they only get better from here.
Furiosa for number 2.
Furiosa for number 2. Well, my brother, I'm going to tell you, Furiosa is number 2.
Yeah.
So Furiosa.
Go ahead.
Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, comes in at number 2. And I'm going to read the synopsis. It basically says the origin story of renegade warrior Furiosa before her encounter and team up with Mad Max. Simple way of putting it, but yeah, this is a prequel to Fury Road. Or spinoff. Spinoff prequel.
Yeah.
Because Mad Max is not involved.
No, not at all.
Wait for you to get your sound straight.
Yeah, hold on.
Since you took off your earbuds.
Yeah, they died. I can hear you.
Yeah, you got a 2-hour limit.
Oh, yeah, it's true. That is true.
Yep.
This is the lead character on here is supposed to be Anna Taylor-Joy, but no mistaken, this is a Chris Hemsworth movie, man. He fucking stole the show in this. He was the best part of this movie.
I agree with that. I thought Anya Taylor-Joy was good, but
she doesn't show up until like halfway through the movie.
Well, yeah, because it was all her as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and the little girl was good too.
The little girl was good. I liked her, and I like the casting there because there's some similarities between the girl and Anya Taylor-Joy. And the action's good. The practical effects are good. It's definitely George Miller. Love what it's doing. However, my one but, and it's a small but, is the CGI in this.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, talk about that. The CGI in this is not very good. It's obviously CGI. I get why they felt they needed to do CGI with some of this. But one thing I love about the Mad Max series, all the franchise, is that they primarily use practical effects. And
the practical effects of this are fantastic.
The practical effects in here are great. The war machine and all the gun battles and all the stuff, it really reminiscent of Fury Road.
Mm-hmm.
But then the places where they had to put CGI, it lowered the score a little bit for me.
They could have shaved. This could have been easily 2 hours.
Now I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it.
I liked it. It was enjoyable, but not the. Yeah. I don't need to see this again.
Now I'll get this. I'll buy it because I own all the movies in the franchise. It might not be a day one.
Yeah, if it's for like $10, 4K.
I will get this on 4K, and I'd probably get it for 15. I'll buy it for 15 on 4K.
No $30, no $40 steelbook. I don't need that.
No, I don't think I'd get the steelbook of this.
Yeah.
But like I said, I liked it. I think it's good. And I agree with I agree with Del. I didn't love it.
Right. I was wondering how you were feeling about this movie. I almost texted you, but I was like, no, I'm gonna wait.
Yeah. But I mean, it all boils down to $168 million budget, and the movie hasn't even made $70 million.
Well, okay.
I think more is coming. I think it'll break 100.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think it'll break 100 worldwide. I think it'll break 100.
Oh yeah, worldwide. I always think domestically one night.
Right now it's 69 million worldwide.
Yeah, I mean, one, it's a prequel, and
I'd have to think about it, Del. If it's a really nice steelbook and it's on sale, maybe. One,
it's a prequel, and two, who cares about who's really caring about the Mad Max franchise right now? I mean,
I like the Mad Max franchise, but I didn't care to see a Furiosa prequel.
I would rather seen the Furiosa Charlie Theron character. What happens next?
Yeah, I would like to continue the story because I get that you wanted to do this, but yeah, I didn't have an interest except to watch the movie. I didn't have an interest in the Furiosa story.
Okay, I guess I worded that wrong. We are movie nerds. Okay, outside of us, the general movie-going audience, do they really care about Mad Max franchise? Because if you look at Fury Road, that didn't do good either at the box office. I think it did around the same opening weekend as.
Let's find out. But it did do well in video sales.
Well, yeah, but.
But yeah, no, I agree. I don't think the Mad Max movies do very well in the theater.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it pretty much made its money back. $150 million budget, and it grossed 380 worldwide.
No, I mean opening weekend. What did you get for opening weekend?
Opening weekend, 45 million.
So it did better than Furiosa.
It did better than Furiosa.
And the fact, don't forget, Furiosa almost got beat by fucking an orange cat.
Almost beat by Garfield.
Yeah. I think it was like one was like 27, Garfield was like 27, and Furiosa was like 28 for the opening weekend. Not the long weekend, just the 3 days.
Not the long weekend, just a Sunday. So, right. And opening weekend, it made 26 million. And the train's going by.
Yeah.
Fury Road got a second life when it started getting Oscar hype. Right. I do remember. Rich was saying it is the same as I was typing it. Yeah, that's what he said. A sequel with Charlize Theron would have been more exciting. That's what I would have wanted. Did you guys see when Conan O'Brien did a Fury Road trailer to Comic-Con? Comic-Con with Conan playing the flame-throwing guitar. I do remember that.
I know. I don't like Conan O'Brien, so I don't watch.
I do remember that. I can't say it mattered much to me, but I do remember that.
Yeah. I think this is just a franchise. It's just doesn't appeal to a wide audience. It appeals to us. We're movie fans.
I love post-apocalyptic movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan of the Mad Max franchise. So I was down to see this in the theater before I even watched the trailer for it.
Too long, too. Doesn't need to be 2 hours.
It's long. My wife was looking at me going, "How long is this movie?" And I'm like, "It's at least 2.5 hours."
Yeah, they could shave 20 minutes off and make this 2 hours.
Yeah, and it's exactly 2.5 hours. It actually.
Okay, wait a minute. How many trailers did you watch before this movie? I want to know.
I watched 2 trailers, not on purpose, but because of the theater.
Oh, they only showed 2? You didn't have 40 minutes worth of trailers?
Oh, they're all together. Yes. But we actually showed up a little late to the movie, so I missed like half of it. So we only got like 15 minutes of trailers.
That blows my mind.
Because we were standing in line for 20 minutes before we actually got in the theater. And then it was my birthday, so I got free popcorn and drink, and they gave me a present, and because the guys at the theater, I spend a lot of money. So they hooked me up because I've got over 1 million points.
Oh wow.
1 million lifetime points with Regal Cinema. But dude, all the boxes checked for what I want, except no Mad Max.
Yeah. They should they shouldn't even put Mad Max on the poster, the name.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that they put Mad Max on the poster because they wanted to try to make more money because it's a Mad Max saga, but it has nothing to do with Mad Max.
The people going to see this movie opening weekend already know who Furiosa is. So you got that money already.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I would have wanted a sequel with Charlize Theron.
Yeah, me too.
As opposed to a prequel with Anya Taylor-Joy. Yeah. And especially when you don't even get half the movie with her.
And she says like 3 lines, maybe.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of dialogue in the Mad Max franchise, right. aside from Thunderdome, which is pound for pound my worst of the franchise. Rich, you don't like Conan O'Brien? Why am I not surprised? In regards to this movie, it's a Mad Max movie without Max and a Furiosa movie without Charlize Theron. That's a hard sell. That's a good point. Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that statement.
Yeah.
But I will say that my buddy Nathan Jones is in it. Who plays Rectus Erectus or whatever the fuck his name is, the big dude. The really big dude that works for Immortal Joe.
Oh, okay. He's the one that played Leatherface, right? Then he got hurt.
No, that's a different guy.
Oh, okay.
But like he was in The Condemned with Stone Cold Steve Austin. He did that movie with Jet Li, Unleashed, I think, or something like that. But really big Australian guy, strongest guy I've ever met. But he's a good friend of mine. And I, so happy to see him in this movie. And he was actually in this movie with his daughter. His daughter was in this movie too.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was really cool. But yeah, we
did highlights yet?
We haven't done highlights. That's right. Let's do highlights. So, Rich, you gave 10s to visuals, sound.
I did because I love the practical effects. I was able to look past the because it was a very nuts and bolts, no pun intended, to in this movie.
Yeah. So yeah, 10s for visuals, sound, genre, and subgenre. And then 8s for acting, trailer, and direction. 7 for cast. I have 110, and that is for cast. I have 9s for ending, visuals, and subgenre. And then 8s for trailer, story, direction, sound, and genre. 7 for acting.
Question: how was your theater sound in that when you're watching Furiosa?
It was good. My seat shook.
Okay, mine went through. I was wondering because man, they had the fucking place was like rocking in there. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, no, my seat shook. I mean, it's just a normal theater. There's no, it wasn't IMAX or DFX or any of that other crap. I just went in a regular theater and watched it, and yeah, my seat shook. And I dig that. Hemsworth was great, but the two sons being named Scrotus and Rectus, right? So that's what I said. And Rectus, the big guy, that's my buddy Nathan. So and his name in the movie is Rectus Erectus. And then the other guy is Scrotus. So basically they're balls and asshole.
Chris Hemsworth is so good in this.
But yeah, Chris Hemsworth made this movie.
Yeah, this is his movie. No mistake about it.
He was really good. I liked the guy that was driving the war rig, the main guy, because it was like he was pretty badass. He reminded me of Mad Max.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And I was kind of here for that. Let's go to our final scores on Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. You guys coming in second place. IMDb is giving this a 7.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 71%. Audience score 93%. Rich, you gave it an 85. I gave it an 84 for a total score of 84.5.
Yeah. And no one's seen this movie.
I know. Nobody's paying for it anyway.
Yeah.
Now,
our number one movie, I fucking loved.
Okay.
Oh, that's not number one.
No, I haven't done it, but because now it's 90 and 90.
Oh, really?
And that's in 2 days. So I was looking at the critic score here because the critic score is 71. So the critic score jumped from 71 to 90. And the audience score dropped from 93 to 90 in 2 days.
Wow.
So that's crazy. All right. Number one movie this week. And I got to say, this was kind of a surprise for me.
Me too.
Is the Blue Angels documentary on Prime. This was fantastic.
It fucking was. Anybody who knows me knows I'm pro USA. I'm USA this, USA that. Dude, this made my dick hard. I loved
dude.
This
I was like,
yeah.
Scrotus erectus. Like,
This was fantastic. I would have loved to see this in IMAX because this played in theaters.
This was filmed in IMAX, and you could tell
Mm-hmm.
the visuals on this were amazing.
Yes.
This was like take all the stunts from Top Gun Maverick, multiply it by 5.
Yeah.
And that was this documentary.
Yeah. And the people in there, man, I love the guys and females.
The down to earth, the crew and the pilots, and then showing how they rotate and how, you know,
I didn't know any of that.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just like, okay, they're the Blue Angels. They do like, they fly, they do the little aerial maneuvers and blah, blah, blah. No, there's so much.
When they're doing the G-force thing and watching them like, oh, pass out and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I chuckled. You're like, oh shit, what's going on? When they're waking back up.
Huh? What? Well, and that's what happens because you're just like flump and it's over. But watching the jets just kind of and how close they get to each other,
that blew my mind. I was like, they're like inches away from me. The wings are inches away. That's crazy.
Yeah,
this was really good.
This was a lot better than I expected. So, so this documentary follows the veterans and newest class of Navy and Marine Corps Flight Squadron as they go through intense training and into a season of heart-stopping aerial artistry. And that's absolutely true. The whole thing. They get one Marine Corps pilot that joins the group. And basically what they do is they train for 3 months solid, and then they go on tour. And as they go on tour, they're getting better and better and better but the ultimate goal is what they call Yankee formation, which they're within 12 inches of each other.
Wasn't the shape of a diamond?
In this diamond formation, 4 planes, all within 12 inches. I'm like, that's phenomenal.
And the fact that they do it and they don't kill each other.
I was gonna say I really enjoyed it until I heard Rich's measurement standard. I didn't love it as much as him. I know you can't really compete with that when.
I was like, I just loved this. This was just phenomenal. This is gonna be in my top 10.
He watched this, busted a nut, fell asleep.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Me too.
I was like getting ready to watch it, and I was like, okay. And I was a fan of the Blue Angels. I actually went to see them once when I was a kid. And I was like, they're the Harlem Globetrotters of the Navy, is what I thought they were
too.
Where they were just, they're just trick dudes, where they're not really great pilots, but they're really good at flying in their formation and doing their thing. No, these guys are just fun. Like Top Gun's got nothing on these guys. It was really good. I mean, it was all the best stuff from Top Gun Maverick plus more.
I would like to shake these people's hands, just because it seems like they loved what they were doing. You would have to put your life on the line.
I was almost scared to watch it. Is that because of the Dick Hard thing or the Top Gun Maverick thing? Put yourself in the cockpit, Dave. That's right. I want to do that. I want to do that G-force trainer.
No. I'll be like, as soon as they started, I'll be like,
I don't know if I could do 7 Gs, but I could do 5. I'd do 5 Gs.
You better give me 5 Gs before I do it.
Give me 5 Gs and I'll do 5 Gs.
Yeah.
But no, I liked the story behind it was cool. How they
didn't realize how far away from the family they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and how long they go, their tour, what they do, and then how they get replaced.
Yeah, that was pretty cool to see that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. The dick. Okay. So Dell doesn't want to get hard. You know, maybe you won't. I didn't get hard.
No, dude, this
I
had
really liked it.
my fucking patriotic.
But he was like but no, Rich had his red rocket out. He was like,
yeah, I loved it, man. Like we watch millions, thousands of movies, or at least I do.
You do. I mean, I do too, but not to your extent.
You know, you always say, I would like to meet an actor, you know, I'd shake their hand. But these guys, these men and women right here, these are the people I want to meet. You know, because what they do, man. What's that say?
Don't shake hands with Rich immediately after watching this film. Bring your own sanitizer. Yeah, you gotta wait, wipe yourself off. You know, like there was that one movie where you were like, I just came all over the seats in front of me.
Yeah, what was that? I don't remember what that was.
I can't remember what that was. It was like last year.
Yeah, it was last year.
It was last year. And I can't remember what movie that was.
I remember what it was.
Oh no. Was it Spider-Man? I think it was Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I think it was Spider. You're right.
I think it was Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. It's like
it's just splat.
Guys, if you have Prime, who doesn't have Amazon Prime really?
Right. If you're any type of collector, you probably got Prime.
Yeah.
But this is so worth a watch.
And it came out of nowhere, really. I mean, I've seen people talk about it. It's going to be an IMAX. You guys see this IMAX? And I said, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
Said, oh, okay. So, yeah, this is definitely worth seeing, guys.
Yeah. All right.
And it's our number one.
Our number one movie over like Furiosa and If and Greatest Hits, which were all really good. I have no problem with this being number one after I watched it. All right, let's go to the highlights on it.
I'm trying to find it.
You don't have to worry about it, Rich, because you gave 10s to everything. No, you gave 10. You except for cast. Cast we only gave a 4 because we don't recognize anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets the default documentary score. But Rich, you gave 10s to acting, ending, story, visuals, direction, sound, and genre, and then 8s to trailer and subgenre.
I like this movie a little bit.
You did. I gave 10s to acting, trailer, ending, story, visuals, and genre, 8s to sound and subgenre, and then a 7 to direction.
You hate America, Dave?
Listen, Rich exclaiming he digs blowjobs are tied for the best moments. Dude, but yeah, no, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it really was.
Let's go to our final scores on the Blue Angels, you guys. This is on Prime. I definitely go watch this.
Yeah.
If you even remotely liked Top Gun Maverick. I kept watching this going, man, these stunts are so much better than Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
They were like, dude. But yeah, let's do it. IMDb is giving this a 7.4. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 86%. Audience score 98%. Rich, you gave it a 90. I gave it an 87 for a total average score of 88.5. And that takes our number one spot this week.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Yeah.
I mean, at first I was like, I don't think Blue Angels is going to make number one until I watched it. And I was like,
what did you think of my scores when you saw? Did you see my scores before or after you watched it?
I see your scores, but I see that you gave them to me, but I don't look at the scores before I watch it.
Oh, okay. I wondered that.
Because I have a thing about that. I don't want to try to match yours or look at your scores.
Right.
Until after I watch it and put my scores in, and then I plug your scores in and I go, oh, okay, cool. We're actually pretty close. I get that surprise too, but before you
Right.
do, because you don't look at your totals and you don't know what my scores are.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of glance at them and think, oh, there's going to be a lot of 10s in this, but that's really about it.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay. I watched the first scene in this documentary, and I was at a 10 for visuals.
Right.
I was like, oh, what the hell? It was like, it was just amazing the way they did it. And then in the documentary, they're talking about the cameraman that actually go out and film,
which I thought was cool.
The planes in the air. And I was like, dude.
Yeah.
And they were showing, like, in the back of the cargo plane, they're like filming and the planes are beyond. I was like, dude, that's fantastic. That was so good. I'm jazzed. I want to watch it again right now.
See, your dick is getting hard. You want to watch
My dick is getting hard. My desk is going up. It's like, oh, wait, I need to, there we go. So you guys, that's it. That's our 10 movies.
I do want to say for over 2 hours.
Before we sign out, I want to let you know that we are sponsored. We have 2 sponsors now. First of all, we are sponsored by Spotify for podcasting. They take the audio portion of our live stream, sponsor us, and give us links to other podcasts like Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcast. Unfortunately, Google Podcast is, I think tomorrow is the last day of Google Podcast, and it's gone. So we're losing Google Podcast. I also think we lost Radio Public, but I have to double check that. They're just shutting down. But Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, you can check us out there. Give us a follow on Spotify because we get credit for that. And then you can listen to us on any of your favorite podcast networks. I also want to say that we are sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. Dubby Energy Drinks, they, if you go to dubbyenergy.com or whatever the site is, and you use the promo code Faces4Radio at checkout, you get 10% off. But they are also sponsoring us. So I'm going to put something together as like to go with the outro so that I don't forget to do this in the future. Right. Talking about our sponsors and stuff, but more sponsors are coming.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jay.
We appreciate you guys sticking with us. It's a long show tonight. Next week we'll be back to normal length.
Still waiting for the T-shirt. This is masterclass in directing, which is why it only came in second. Yeah, I do want to do that. I mean, we're currently doing shirts for Spirits with Spirits, but we're finding that that's difficult without an outside source to actually make the T-shirts for us. So when we do that, I do want to get some Faces for Radio merch out there. And we're going to do some of our favorite quotes and things from our shows. We're going to put those on the shirts. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Next week we have a special guest. Who is that, Dave?
That's Evan. That dude, Pop Culture 33. Our good buddy Evan is going to be on the show, and it's pretty documentary heavy.
Oh yeah, we have 4 documentaries. We got The Beach Boys on Disney Plus. It's on there right now. Mm-hmm. We got Jim Henson, The Idea Man, which it's on Disney Plus. Debuts tomorrow. Mm-hmm. We have Breathe, which is on VOD. We got Hack Your Health on Netflix.
Yep.
And The Contestant on Hulu. Those are our 5 movies for next week.
That's going to be a weird one. I'm not sure. I'm looking forward to Hack Your Health. That's something that I'm really interested in watching.
It was okay.
Yeah. I want to hack my health because I'm losing my health insurance tomorrow. So I want to see if I can do it with food so I don't have to go to the doctor so often.
The title's misleading.
Yeah.
The title's very
I kind of figured it would be. And again, congratulations, Grandpa.
Thank you, there's Jacob.
Little Jacob. Congratulations. Love it.
Wow.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you, Grant, for your reviews of Greatest
Hardcore
Hits
Grant.
F. Hardcore Grant in the house.
Fucking incredible.
But yeah, I think that's it. I'm ready to get out of here. What do you think, bro?
Man. Let's get out of here. See you guys next week. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Remember to be kind to one another.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely wish you well. You know, God bless, good speed, and do all the things that you want to do without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to get caught.
Yeah.
Thanks, Del.
Thank
Del,
you,
we're
Del.
looking forward to being on Movie Swap.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be so much fun. I think that's the 5th, right?
The 6th, I thought. Next
6th.
Thursday.
It's Thursday because we have our show the 5th.
5th, yeah.
The 6th, yeah. So we're going to be on Del on Movies for a 3-way movie swap on the 6th, you guys. So definitely check that out. I think 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Del, correct me if I'm wrong on that. Night Caveman, Night
Miss Caveman.
But we'll advertise more next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Also on Friday, be sure to check out, or tomorrow,
Movie news.
be sure to check out Movie News at 5. Which we got 5 pieces of news, some obituaries, and new releases and trailers and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing that because I didn't get to do it next week. The 6th, you are correct. Thank you. But until then, you guys, thank you so much for watching the Faces for Radio podcast. We will see you next time for episode 70. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.